Morning.
Hey guys, it's Lynnie Marie from Inner Spring Studio. Welcome to our creative burst. I hope you guys have had a great week so far. I am just gonna go over what I'm up to here in the studio tonight rather than doing an actual painting or drawing demonstration. I've I've literally had to start, you know, kind of clearing out my studio because I've been making a lot of art, and that's a good thing, but you start to get quite the inventory after a while, and you have to decide, okay, am I going to save it? Am I going to gift it? Am I going to repurpose it? So I'd love to get your feedback on some of these pieces that I've got. I'm going to share them with you. You were even with me while we made some of these, and trying to come up with ideas of repurposing all the art that I've been making over the past several months. So, one thing that I have just recently started doing, I'll kind of unbury this from my table, is I have been doing some crushed glass and resin. This is sort of a fun new. Let's see if I can keep my camera from flipping while I show you crushed glass and resin. This is, we're artists, we're always playing with new materials, and these are cool little laser cut wood frames. And you get crushed glass and resin, and you fill these little spaces, and boy, are they pretty. This is a hummingbird. Just trying to show you while I'm on the other side of the camera if I can reach far enough away. Hummingbird. And then this one is a butterfly. And if you look close enough, you can see that not only did I use crushed glass, I used some beach glass. You see the beach glass? This is from the beaches of Lake Erie that I gathered myself, even used it on the part of her body. But I thought it turned out so lovely. And this is something that I'm enjoying a lot lately, is doing these pieces of crushed glass and resin. They are a lot of fun. You can put so many cool things. I have some plates that are broken, and I'm going to repurpose them in another piece that I got. Um, it's a tree of life, so I'll show you that one when we gather again. I've been working on that with the blue willow plates that I had from my grandma, and some of them broke. So I want to keep that special little memory of those plates that were my grandma, and I can enjoy them in another piece of art. You can always take found things or things that are precious to you or have memory and rework them. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to bring the camera back down. Back to the table and show you some pieces. I'm just sort of looking at what I've done and deciding, okay, I've got a craft fair coming up at our local library where I'm going to be teaching a workshop on painting ornaments, because I know it's just September and it's still summer, but people are starting to feel the chill in the air. The leaves are turning and we all get excited about the holidays. So we've got craft fairs coming up, so everybody has to make their stuff in advance. So this might give you some ideas. If you have craft fairs that are local, it's fun to get a table. Maybe you could share the cost of a table at a craft fair with a friend and take some of your beautiful artwork and share it. Maybe make a little Christmas or holiday money with it. But these are done on little pine slices. So they're like this when you get them. And you can put all sorts of really cute little holiday motifs on them. You can even have phrases or lyrics from Christmas carols you can write on them, and add a little bit of ribbon. You can even add some sparkle. But this is what I'm going to be taking to my craft fair, and that's coming up. So I had a whole like dozen of them, but I had to leave them on display in the showcase at the craft fair for advertising. So this is just one that I had been working on and thought I'd share it with you. It's a little bunny with a sweet little wreath around her, little snow bunny. Excuse me. And another thing I wanted to get your input on was last year around this time, I did a workshop for my subscribers called Pumpkins and Pines, and we did it in watercolor and in some kind of uncommon colors for what you generally expect. And it was kind of fun. We did more pastels, more muted tones, and they turned out really cute. So this was called the Pumpkins and Pines Art Postcard Workshop. I'd like to know if you maybe would like me to revisit that with you, and we could set up a date to have a class on a weekend virtually and do Pumpkins and Pines again. So let me know either in the comments here or send me a reply to an email if this is something you'd like to see us do together again. And another watercolor, this is on 100% cotton paper. It's poinsettias and another art postcard workshop that we could do. More of like, I guess, whimsical and just spontaneous instead of more structured. If you like that vibe, this could be another fun workshop that we could do. Just maybe some florals for holidays. And then I was going through stuff that I had done in the summer, some bookmarks, some watercolor studies of the flowers that are out on my patio and around my garden. Just a study of the sky one afternoon, simple little studies that I have. And I'm like, what do I do with them? Do I make them into bookmarks? I guess I could create little greeting cards, or this could be fun if we all created some that are about this size. This one's a little smaller than the art postcard size that we all work on. That's generally 4 by 6. This is about half that. And it could be fun if we all made one and did like the old pen pals where you actually got an envelope and a stamp and sent a note to a friend. This could be really fun where we share our little, kind of like a calling card, and get a little piece of art from someone else to enjoy. I love getting art from other artists. It's a very special way to share your talent and your artistic spirit with someone else. So that could be another fun thing we could do. I'm just throwing out ideas, and I'd like to get your feedback. I'm always trying to think of ways that we can share our creativity with one another. This was just a study in, our color palette magic. I love this piece. I think I'm going to frame it. It's just simple ribbons of color from our mixing the primaries, red, yellow, and blue. I just love that. Simple, but so pretty. And this sweet little nature study. Bird. They really, really start to pile up. An abstract, sometimes you just want to be free and not have a plan, play with color, play with mark making. I really do like this. I even put some sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see. I like to add metallics sometimes. Fun little sunrise, believe it or not. This is an image that I would see on my way to work early in the winter. Bare trees and the sun coming up. And then some birch trees. Just a monochromatic study here. Only using blue, just blue, that's it, and water to make the variations. And this is kind of fun. This is on watercolor paper. Again, another just whimsical, fun little study in butterflies and leaves and some little doodly oodlies in the background. And this is gouache, which is, it looks more like acrylic, but I didn't add much water. So gouache can look very opaque. I love that look. This one I think could make a pretty wallpaper even. You know, if I was to take this and send it to like a wallpaper printing place, like Spoonflower or something to get, I'd like a whole wall in this. I think it would be quite the statement. Probably like in a bathroom. Be cute. And then another study in watercolor flowers, just a quick sketch, watercolor sketches. I like to keep these. These I did very close together. And then our roses, we did a Fashion Roses workshop. We can revisit that. This is a simple, easy peasy rose step by step. This is just using C shapes and interlocking them to get these beautiful rose petals. What else? I got another floral study on watercolor. A lot of these are my watercolors. A dill sprig, if you like herbs. It's just a simple little dill sprig. This one I think I could see in my kitchen. So I think I will frame this. I have to show it to you once I find the right frame. I like to go to thrift stores and find old frames and use those for my pieces. And you know, and again, it's upcycling. But yeah, so got lots of inventory here and I need some help from you. So if you would shoot me some ideas. I'm going to be sending out our newsletter and I'll be asking for your response as to what you might like to join regarding a workshop. So pumpkins and pines, we've got florals, we've got some abstract. Oh, here's the abstract. That could be fun. I don't think we've done anything really with abstracts, just mark making and laying down color. Landscapes. Here's a cute little one I did of Lake Erie sunset. But it's fun to gather everything that you've done and give yourself a pat on the back for making your art and staying consistent, because I know that sometimes we forget how far we've come or the amount of engagement that we participated in. So it's nice to get this out and then you see what you've got. You can use it as a gift. You can start to frame it and actually enjoy it. Or maybe it'll inspire you to make your next piece of art. But it's always nice to take stock and say, way to go. I am an artist. I am creative. I am flourishing in my creativity. And I do believe that I am going to be making a lot more art in the days and weeks and months and years to come. This is a cool little way to end. This is a collage. I took a bunch of pieces that I had created and tore them up and cut them up and then made a sweet little collage. So that's another way that you can regenerate your art. Well, I believe in you, and I'm so glad that we had this time together. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next week for our next Creative Burst. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.